Okay, I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. Again, I apologize for the audio. I need a new mic. But to move on, what we're looking here is the way that the sun's rays hit the earth, and this is the North Pole and the South Pole. We know we're at a 23-degree angle off true north. Okay, let's move through. And this is why this is happening. June sun rays, December sun rays. Alright, the earth is wobbling at 23.5 degrees off its natural course. We have a sun belt and a snow belt. This is the battle between fire and ice. This is the Game of Thrones all over again, and you see the sun itself is centered in Texas, the Lone Star State, okay, with part of the reservation of Oklahoma included in that. This is all very telling. This is the way it wobbles. You can see the equator way down here, when the equator should be equated here. This is how far the earth is tilted, and this has everything to do with what is wrong and how they maintain control, and they use it doing this tilt at 23.5 degrees. Here we go. They show you this here. Equatorial plane. Let's jump over here for just a second and get some definitions. Zodiac, a belt of the heavens within about 8 degrees either side of the ecliptic, including all apparent positions of the sun, moon, and most familiar planets, familiar spirits. It is divided into 12 equal divisions or signs. This is the zodiac belt, because it's the belt the sun travels through in the sky on its 23.5 degree tilt. Ecliptic, a great circle on the celestial sphere representing the sun's apparent path during the year. So called because lunar and solar eclipses can occur only when the moon crosses it. Okay? And here it is right here. Here's the zodiac we have, and it comes from Zoroastrianism, which is Persian, which is moon magic, because you couldn't see the stars by day, so it's a lunar cult, okay, that designed this. We've talked about this. Zoroaster was just a high priest. Actually, at the time of King Cyrus, who delivered the Jews from Babylon and gave them the permission to rebuild the temple in Jerusalem. So it's moon magic, it's Picatrix. Zoroaster's god was Ahura Mazda, the god of fire, the sun that goes around, right? Or the moon, light. They keep an eternal fire burning there. Persia today is Iran. The Medes and the Persians overthrew the Babylonians. So that brings us back to Zep Tepi. Zep Tepi, domain of man, 36,400 BC, the historical time of Zep Tepi. Zep Tepi means the first time. Before all of this crazy tilt, when the axis and the true north and the magnetic north were in alignment. And if that happens, I call it her, she has to stand up. That's, so Mighty Messer was right. She did it, and she's going to do it again. And she is two she's. The magnetic and the north. You, North Pole, equator. See how far we're off from ecliptic? Notice the arc at 1.8 degree arc. So when we actually are looking at the zodiac, we're looking at a world go round, W-H-I-R-L-E-D, world. So there's another zodiac, and it's this one. It's the true ecliptic. It's the true based on the true north. That way there is no more wobble. And we were never told about that. Let's continue and see how many I've got. Just so you can continue to see this. Here, notice the looks oriental writing. Even they know. Magnetic meridian, North Pole. Again. Our sun belt. Our sun is traveling through signs after the flood when the earth was tilted. But that does not mean we can't look back, redo the zodiac to Zep Tepi, where the sun was supposed to be, and start looking at that belt, the true sun belt, the Zep Tepi sun belt. When we do that, based on physics, and they know this, the observer affects the experiment. The observer controls the outcome. And we've been looking at the zodiac that was given to us by the stellar cult, where the sun rises after the tilt. And it's in their favor. It's history. It's his story, not hers. Hers was balance. This also brings in not only Game of Thrones with the Battle of Fire and Ice, the two belts, but it also brings in J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, because it truly is a battle for Middle Earth. It's a battle for Middle Earth between magnetic north and true north. That's what's wrong. We have to figure out the true zodiac based on true north, and they're giving us the zodiac based on 23.5 degrees. They gave us the 9/11 event. In Egyptian, they had 9 constellations. Then we are shown the Greeks, which actually had 11. Julius Caesar in the Greco-Roman period moved it to 12, and I can prove it. It's in the etymology. Let me take you there. late 14th century. Zodiac goes through the 11 lows. Zodiac circle, literally circle of little animals. Libra is not an animal, but it was not a zodiac constellation to the Greeks, who reckoned 11, but counted Scorpio, which was an eagle. That's where they changed it. Actually, the Zoroastrians changed this to Scorpio because there really were no scorpions in the original. It was an eagle with its claws, including what is now Libra. Libra and Scorpio made up an eagle, and that's why we're told in Libra, I've showed you where in Scorpio, in the Arabic, they call it the northern claw and the southern claw, but it's the claws of the eagle, including what is now eagle as a double constellation. Okay? It's double because they split it. Libra was figured back in by the Romans. Julius Caesar, I've told you this. Okay? The 12 signs, it even bled down to Old English, Our Lady's Way, and Girdle of the Sky. Okay? But it's not the original girdle. It's the one we have now. But that's all fixing to change. We're fixing to do the new zodiac and find out more about, and bear with me, I'm no artist, I'm just learning this. I'm gonna have to go back and do the calculations and find out what the belt is of true Middle Earth instead of this warped sun belt we have. And the Zoroastrian. Funny how the Egyptians had 9 constellations. The Greeks had 11. I just showed you. The Greco-Roman that we're under, and even the Persians acclaimedly had 12. But and now they're bringing down Ophiuchus to give us 13. Okay, because the sun takes 13 cycles to make. They're going, this is again Zoroastrian, because they're using the moon to bring, because it has 12 phases. There's 12 moons in a year. I'm at 13 moons in a year, and 12 suns, 12 sun signs, 12 cycles of the sun, but there are 13 cycles of a moon to complete a 360-degree circle. And that's what this all boils down to. So, please be patient with me. I am so new at this. But, so we need to find out, move this back up here and stand her up. She needs to stand up straight. She is tilted. And when she stands up straight, Middle Earth will become Zep Tepi, like it was in the beginning. And it was called a paradise. That means a pair of dice. Which, talking about golden age, it's beyond that, because it will be truly balanced, there'll be no more wobble, and Middle Earth, everything will be the way it's supposed to be, because this right here is a crooked, it's crooked. It's not straight. So once we